Hey guys, and this is part 2 of A Nightmare on Elm Street 2010 review. Now, when I left off in the other video, I was talking about the saving graces of this film, but the real saving grace and the guy I feel bad for the most is Jackie Earle Haley as Freddy Krueger. I mean, even though he had so much pressure on him, he delivered. You know, the dark Freddy that we wanted, he made me laugh. In this movie, he gave off a lot of dark comedy. I feel like if you're going to go watch this movie, go watch it for Freddie. I wish I could say that, but at the same time, he's not in the movie enough for you to enjoy him, you know? And I really wish he was. You know, I wish the kills were longer. I mean, he was really cruel, really there. I mean, he was really enjoyable. And you could tell that this guy took the role seriously. And for his gift to like actually be able to bring Freddy to life in another way, you know, to me it wasn't Jackie or Haley. It was just Freddy. He actually became the character. He was just Freddy, more dark, just a pissed off sort of Freddy. Like, I don't have time. He was just really not laughing, ha ha ha, Freddy, but he was just a darker Freddy, and that's what I liked about it. And he just became Freddy. And it's a shame that he got bogged down by a bad script and over dramatic actors. But at the same time, you can't blame the actors because they were trying to bring the intensity. And they did. For the most part, they did. It was the script. It was literally the script that sunk this movie. It was the use of CGI where it would need not be, you know? With all the technology we had today, the kills were so disappointing. The jump scares, too many of them, none of them caught me. They tried to change the story, but it didn't work. It really didn't. And that was the most disappointing thing about the movie. I mean, I knew it was probably going to be bad, but God, it was worse than Friday the 13th. Friday the 13th was at least enjoyable. You know, I was just sitting there like, okay, and I'll go along for the ride. But this, I couldn't get along. I couldn't go along with this. I really couldn't. I mean, I couldn't. I went in there not expecting much, and I still came out disappointed. That's how bad the movie really was. I mean, as a horror fan, you have to have the kills, the TNA. I mean, I know, I'm not a big fan of that, but still, I mean, I was disappointed for the fact that we don't get to see the whole original clip. I mean, it's like they gave you just the side dishes to the steak for every kill. They gave you the mashed potatoes and vegetables and decided, okay, are you full? No, we're not full. Not with that. I mean, the original Tina death, I'll just call it that, was just, I mean, even the one with that other bitch in Wes Craven's New Nightmare was good. But this one was just copy and paste. It was like a cut up version of it. It just looked silly. I mean, you really knew it was wire work. How was that death achieved better and more realistic looking in 1984, and in 2010 it looked really fake? To me, it was like, wow, how does this happen? I mean, it had some high points. The dark comedy was there. That he hung them like upside down. Each one of the victims of this movie was hanging upside down. That was pretty cool. The end. Let's talk about the end a little bit. I feel like a lot of the stuff that happened in the original, they tried to splice in there somehow, which didn't work for me because honestly, it really, like the whole burning with the lighter. I mean, she's having micro naps, so she wakes up a little bit, and now she decides to burn herself. Like, it made sense when Nancy did it in the original, because hello, she got herself out of the dream like that. But with this, I'm like, why would you burn yourself after, bitch? It just looked like a movie for emos. It really did. She was painting. She was so emotional. So was this guy who looked sick all the time. I'm not saying anything bad at emos. I like emos. Okay? But really? Okay, never mind. I have to say that Peyton from One Tree Hill is cooler than this Nancy. Right here. How is Peyton, the OD emo from fucking One Tree Hill, is better than this Nancy? How does that happen? How does it happen? Anyway, so let's go through the end. So they decide they're going back to the daycare, and they find Freddy's hideout with the pictures. I guess pictures of her and him or something. I don't know. I guess it must have been naked pictures of her or something. And where, you know that scene where he's making a glove that doesn't make it into the movie? That would have been kind of cool. So they're there. This guy, the pill popper, basically. That's why I call him. He's like a drug addict. He's the guy who looks like he's sad all the time from the trailer. He's popping pills that are basically speed, he says, and he has adrenaline. And he took adrenaline. Wow. To me, I'm like, why would you inject it into your leg? Doesn't adrenaline last longer than that? At least I would think so, but whatever. So anyway, so they're there, and then she's like, oh, I need to fall asleep, because what if I'm the only one who can bring him out? That sort of thing. And you have some killer scenes between, the only thing that was enhanced from the original, you know that scene where she falls into the puddles and on the stairs, which was kind of whack? She falls into blood this time, which was probably cool. I liked it. And he was like, how's this for a wet dream, Nancy? I was like, oh, see, you love Freddy in this movie. But everything else sucks. So anyway, she falls through the ceiling. He's like basically doing some weird shit with her. She just has her strapped down to the bed, about to kill her and shit. And then he wakes her up with adrenaline. And then they start fucking up Freddy, which took it didn't take way too long. It was way too short. I mean, to me, I really felt that I needed to come down between Nancy and Freddy, especially since they were connected more in this movie, since she was her favorite. I'm like, damn, bitch, you need to fuck him up. I mean, fuck the guy. He should have died. But in this day and age, you can't have a survivor girl without her survivor boyfriend. I'm just saying. But anyway, so she does these big swipes as if it was meant to be a decapitation, but all you see is Freddy with cuts on his neck. And that just deflates you after saying, oh yeah, after she says, you're in my world, bitch, which is kind of stolen from Freddy vs. Jason. But I'm like, damn, isn't the same people who wrote Freddy vs. Jason? So it was like they're stealing their own line now. I was confused. But anyway, when you see that, you deflate so badly. You're like, oh my God. They couldn't even have killed Freddy in a hardcore way. Now, remember the confusing ending from Nightmare on Elm Street, the original. This one did not beat it at all. I mean, you just have him CGI his glove through the eyes or whatever, and it was whack. So anyway, at any rate, this movie will get, I mean, I could sit here and I could say a lot of shit and I could go on forever, but I don't want to do that. But if anybody wants any more of my thoughts, you can just ask. But I'm gonna, wow, aim. But anyway, if you want, let me just give you a score of this. I'm gonna give this a 2 out of 5 stars, simply because of Jackie Earl Haley and that little ending or whatever. But anyway, if you're gonna watch this movie, understand that the only thing you're gonna like about it is Jackie Earl Haley as Freddy. I'm getting it 2 stars for fucking Freddy. Everything else was whack. It's a disappointment. It's a slap in the face to a Nightmare on Elm Street fanatics, fanboys, and fangirls out there. I mean, if I was a real fan, like a true fan, like I am for Halloween, I know I probably would be crying right now. But for you guys, I'm so sorry that this had to happen. You know, this is another reason for Michael Bay to die. It sucked, I know, but at least Freddy was kick-ass. Now, if you want any more comments, comment and whatever, just whatever you want to talk to me, or leave a comment what you thought about the movie. But as for now, this has been No Bullshit Reviews. I will answer any questions you may have. Do I suggest you go watch this movie? No, I don't. But do I suggest you go see it for Freddy? Yeah, I think that's what you should do. And I feel like Jackie Earle Haley went above and beyond with this. But anyway, that was it for me, and bye.